Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to answer a viewer's question. The question is really, how do you change the octave on one of the orchestral instruments, save it, and still be able to go to a different instrument, orchestral, with normal octave, and switch back and forth. Now, there's a couple ways of doing this, and I really wasn't exactly clear how the viewer wanted to do this. But you can do it with either user programs or user sets. One is a lot easier than the other. And I'm going to go through the steps for how to do it on using a user set. So I'm actually going to, have the slideshow and go through the steps to do that. What I would like to do also is demonstrate the other way, using a user program. And we're going to use the sounds, the tenor sax and the clarinet, to make this happen. And I'll explain that here in a moment. Before I forget, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe below. And keep the questions coming, because that's what gives me material. But anyway, the viewer's question is there a way to change the octave on one orchestral instrument and keep the original octave the same for the other? Well, the answer is yes. There are two ways. The way I think the viewer is asking is actually using user programs, because I believe that's going to be the easiest way to do this. But I'm going to show both ways. There's two ways. One is using user programs. The other is user set. Now I'm going to hit that one first, because that one I'm actually not going to do on the accordion. I'm just going to run through the steps. If somebody needs to see that, please put that in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to make a video doing that. That's just not what I think this viewer is asking. Now, which one you use will depend really on what you want to do with it, how long you want to keep it, just what you want to do with it. So, that being said, we're going to take a look at the setup that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the traditional, the turn-on set. And down here, I'm going to change, I'm going to create a user program that has a tenor sax in it and a clarinet, except the clarinet, I want it to be dropped down an octave. I want it to be dropped down an octave. Okay, so just so everyone understands, we're going to have, I'm going to use U1, 2, 3, and 4A. 1A is going to be the tenor sax alone. 2A will be the clarinet, dropped down an octave by itself. 3 will be a tenor sax and a master accordion together. And U4 will be a clarinet, dropped down an octave with a master accordion. Now, and I was just thinking right now, you know what we could have done? You could do anything. You could have, for example, you could put, 2A as a clarinet down an octave, 2B the normal clarinet. So, you can do any of this, but the procedure is all going to be the same. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what we're looking at doing. So we're actually going to use this guy and this guy. And then combine it with a master accordion. So here's what we want to do. We want to keep the tenor sax as it is, and we want to lower the octave on the clarinet. Here are the steps. There are like 6 steps. Okay. First thing we're going to have to do is open the editor. If you're doing anything with a set, if it's a set, you're using the editor. Okay, so we're going to have to open the editor. We're going to select what we want to change. In this case, it's going to be the clarinet. We're going to change the octave. I actually raised the octave, but you could lower it in here. Save the changes, create a new user set file, and then load that user set file into the FR-1x. Then, and you have 4 locations for that. I've done many videos with that. But at that point, you could select that user set and your orchestra will be set to this. So let's take a look at what that would look like. First thing, step 1, you're going to open the editor. Remember, if it's a set, you're dealing with the editor. Okay. Step 2, select what you want to change. Well, we want to change this orchestral. We're gonna change the clarinet octave. Okay, so now when you go in, this is what it is. Okay. You select this, you click the edit button. When you click the edit button, this guy comes up right here. Its octave is 0. Well, in this case, I raised it. You pull this down, if it goes to -1, it'll lower it. Okay, so we've changed the octave to whatever you want. You can take it up 1, 2, 3, or down 1, 2, 3. We're not going to change anything else. That's the only thing this is going to do. So we're going to change it from this to this. You then click save. There will be an asterisk here. You will click save. That's going to save that change. It's the only thing we changed. So you would click save. It's going to come up, say, what file name do you want to use? You obviously have to remember what that file is. Put in what you want. Remember, it has to be 3 numbers, 000 through 999. Anything in that range will work. You're just going to have to remember what that file is. And then you click save. At that point, you need to copy it, because it'll be on your computer, or unless you saved it to a flash drive, whichever. You need to get that onto a flash drive. You then need to load that, so you got to go to UST in your menu on the accordion, and you need to load that user set into one of the 4 that you have. You have U1, U2, U3, U4. Okay. Once all that is done, you'll be able to open that set. If you put it in U1, you'll be able to go to set U1, you hit orchestral, your tenor will be normal, your clarinet will be, well, in this case, it's going to be up instead of down 1. That's how you do it. Now, let's talk about what I think is an easier way. And it depends if you need a lot of edits or if those are the only edits that you want. If those are the only edits you want, okay, if we're going to do a user program, remember, we have 8 user programs. You select the orchestral sound you want. You change the octave on the control panel. Okay, you're going to see that in the demo. I'll probably put this slide up there while I'm doing it so you can see those. Then you save that setting into one of the 8 user programs. Then you get out of user programs. Now you have to change the octave back. If you don't change it back, you go to hit your tenor sax, it's not going to sound like a tenor sax anymore. Okay, so you have to change the octave back to the 3 dots, 3 lines on your screen. That's normal. You then select your next orchestral sound, make any changes you want, save that to your different user program. So if this one was in U1A, this one could be U2A, or any one of the 8. So here in the demo, this is how we're going to set it up. In U1A, I'm going to have a tenor sax by itself. U2A, I'm going to have a clarinet, an octave lower. In 3A, I'm going to have dual mode with a master accordion and that same tenor sax. In 4A, I'm going to have dual mode, master accordion with this clarinet in 1 octave lower. All right, I think you're able to see here. So this is just the turn on set. I mean, that's all I've done. I've just turned it on. And what we're going to do is, well, let me demonstrate what we're going to do. If we go to orchestral, okay, 3A, okay, 3B. The user, I believe the user likes this saxophone. Okay. So he wants to keep that. But would like to lower the octave on that one. Okay, that's normal. If I want to drop that down an octave, it's now down an octave. Oh, I like that. I would like that to be my clarinet when I'm playing whatever it is. Okay? All right. So I'm going to take that sound and I'm going to put it into a user program. So I hold. It then flashes up here. Which one do I want? I'm going to put that one, you know what, let's put that one in 2A. 2A, and I hit select. That is now my 2A user program. Okay. Now, I want in 1A, I want that tenor sax. So let me get out of here and let's go to tenor sax. So I'm going to hit this. I'm at 3A. 3B is that tenor sax. Whoa. That's way too low. That's because we have set the octaves down on this. So I need to set the octave back up. Have to stay in the right thing. Hitting the right things at the right time. Okay? There we go. Okay, this is the normal tenor sax. Okay? It was, which we didn't want. Okay, I'm going to put that in 1A. So again, hold, flashes, 1A. That's where I want it. Select. Now it's 1A. Okay, so if I'm, there's the tenor sax, 2A, that clarinet. So now I can turn this off. Turn it off. Okay. When I turn this back on, it'll come up. It'll be, you know, standard accordion. And so let's go to 1A. Okay, what about It's that clarinet down one octave. Okay, if I want the sax, there it is. So that's how you do it. Now, in the slideshow, I'm going to do dual. Okay, so now, if I am set here in, let me get to it. Get to the right place. If I can read the screen. There we go. So here's my sax. Okay, I want in dual mode, and I'm in the master accordion. So there is that dual mode with that tenor sax. I want that in 3A. Hold here. It's flashing. I want it in 3A. Select. There we go. It's in 3A. Okay. And 2A is that clarinet. Now, if I want that clarinet in dual mode, okay, now we can do this a couple ways. I'm going to do it the long way, just so you know. Okay, so what am I in? All right, so here's that clarinet. But I want the octave changed. So let me go down. There it is. I want that in dual mode. So make sure it says dual up here. And I can save that to 4A. So U4A, select. There we go. So now, on the fly, I can go from sax, clarinet, tenor sax with master, accordion, and clarinet with master accordion. And that's how you do it. Now I've got those 4 changes. That is, I believe, the easiest way, and I actually believe that's the answer to the viewer's question, is how do you do it? You just have to remember to go back and set your octave to normal before you try to save another one. Otherwise, everything will be either up or down an octave depending on what you selected. Okay, hopefully now you understand how to actually change the octaves and get have a little better understanding of user programs versus user sets. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe below, and keep playing.